The Agora tradition is a unique spiritual path within Indian culture, deeply rooted in Shaivism and Tantra. Agoras embrace practices that transcend societal norms, focusing on liberation through the acceptance of dualities and immersion in intense spiritual practices. Aghoras are a reclusive Hindu monastic order known for their unconventional practices and their embrace of the unholy. They are often misunderstood and feared, but their philosophy and practices offer a unique perspective on spirituality and the human condition. Aghoras revere Lord Shiva in his form as Bhairava, embodying the transcendence of fear and mortality. Prominent bases include Varanasi, Uttar Pradesh, Tarapith, West Bengal, Kamakya Temple, Assam, and remote Himalayan regions. The roots of Agora practices are found in the Vedas and Tantras, emphasizing rituals in cremation grounds and transformative energies. Emerged from the Kapalika sect, 5th–10th century CE, known for their ascetic practices involving skulls and cremation grounds. Kapalika was an ancient tantric sect within Shaivism, worship of Lord Shiva, that was particularly associated with Agori practices. The term Kapalika comes from kupala, meaning skull, as practitioners were known to carry and use human skulls as part of their spiritual practices. Kapalikas are considered one of the historical predecessors of modern Agori practices. They were active during the 5th–12th centuries CE in various parts of India. They worshipped Bhairava, a fierce form of Shiva, used human skulls, kapala, as vessels for eating and drinking. Practiced meditation in cremation grounds. Followed extreme tantric rituals aimed at transcending duality. Believed in direct realization of Shiva consciousness. Rejected conventional social norms and discriminations. Sought to transcend normal human limitations through extreme practices. Emphasized the unity of apparent opposites, pure, impure, sacred, profane. Modern Agoras inherited many practices from the Kapalika tradition. The use of cremation ash, skulls, and other death-related items. The emphasis on transcending social taboos. The focus on direct experience rather than theoretical knowledge. While Kapalikas were a distinct sect, Agora is considered more of a path within Tantra. Modern Agoras generally follow less extreme practices than the historical Kapalikas. Agoras incorporate elements from various tantric traditions, not just Kapalika practices. Core beliefs of Agoras. Non-dualism. Agoras believe in the principle of Advaita or non-dualism, which asserts that all existence is a manifestation of Shiva. They view every aspect of the universe, from the most revered to the most reviled, as sacred and part of the same divine consciousness. This belief enables them to transcend the conventional boundaries of purity and impurity. Breaking social conditioning, Agoras seek to liberate themselves from the constraints of societal norms and conditioning. They reject conventional ideas of morality, caste distinctions, and social taboos, believing that these constructs create barriers to spiritual enlightenment. By discarding these limitations, they aim to experience the ultimate truth directly. Acceptance of dualities. One of the core philosophies of Agoras is the complete acceptance of life's dualities. They see good and evil, life and death, and sacred and profane as interconnected parts of a unified whole. This perspective helps them embrace practices that others may find repulsive or shocking, as they see everything as equally divine and essential for achieving liberation. Practices and symbolism. Cremation grounds are viewed by Agoras as sacred spaces for deep meditation and spiritual practices. These sites symbolize the impermanence of life and provide a stark reminder of mortality. By meditating in such places, Agoras confront the reality of death directly, which is believed to help them transcend the fear of death and achieve spiritual liberation. The cremation grounds are also considered a space where the veil between the physical and spiritual worlds is thinnest, allowing for profound spiritual experiences. A prominent symbol in Agora practices, skull cups are crafted from human skulls and are used as vessels for eating and drinking. The cupola symbolizes detachment from the material world and an acceptance of life's transient nature. By using these skull cups, Agoras aim to cultivate a deep understanding of mortality and the unity of life and death. The practice also serves as a reminder of the impermanence of the physical body and the eternal nature of the soul. Agoras engage in practices that challenge societal norms and taboos, such as consuming substances considered impure or performing rituals deemed unconventional. These practices are not meant to shock or offend, but to dismantle the practitioner's ingrained notions of purity and impurity. By breaking these social boundaries, Aghoras aim to achieve a state of non-duality where all things are seen as equally sacred. These rituals are seen as tools for transcending the ego and realizing the universal truth that lies beyond dualistic distinctions. Aghoras, lifestyle and daily practices. Aghoras live with minimal possessions, reflecting their detachment from materialism and worldly desires. Their belongings typically include essential items such as a begging bowl, a rudraksha mala, prayer beads, and symbolic items like skull cups and tridents. This minimalist lifestyle aligns with their focus on spiritual rather than material wealth. Cremation grounds are central to an Aghora's daily practice. They meditate in these spaces to confront and transcend their fear of death, understanding it as a natural part of existence. These grounds serve as a reminder of life's impermanence and the unity of all creation. Aghoras often reside in secluded locations, such as forests, mountains, or near cremation grounds. This isolation helps them focus entirely on their spiritual journey without distractions from society. Their solitude allows for introspection and uninterrupted meditation. Applying cremation ash on their bodies is a distinctive practice of Aghoras. This ritual symbolizes their renunciation of the physical self and acceptance of mortality. The ash is considered sacred, representing purification and the transient nature of human life. Aghoras maintain sacred fires, which hold deep spiritual significance. The fire symbolizes transformation, purification, and the eternal presence of the divine. Rituals performed around these fires are integral to their spiritual practices. The life of an Aghora demands intense spiritual discipline. This includes daily meditation, chanting of mantras, fasting, and performing rituals. Their discipline is aimed at achieving a heightened state of consciousness and realizing the ultimate truth beyond dualities. By adhering to these practices, Aghoras strive to transcend the limitations of the material world and attain spiritual liberation. Kinaram, the founder of the Aghoracharya tradition in Varanasi, is one of the most prominent figures in the history of Aghora. Born around 1779 in Ramgarh, Uttar Pradesh, into a Brahmin family, Kinaram displayed a deep spiritual inclination from a young age. Leaving home in his early years, he embarked on a journey of spiritual discovery, traveling extensively across India. His transformative encounter with his guru, Gwalapur, at Kamikya, marked a turning point in his life. Kinaram's spiritual endeavors led him to establish the Kinaram Sthal ashram in the Krimilkun area of Varanasi around 1860. This ashram remains a vital center for Aghori practices and teachings, continuing his legacy well into the modern era. Kinaram is believed to have lived for an extraordinary 116 years, passing away around 1895, leaving a profound impact on the spiritual landscape of India. Another influential figure in the Aghora tradition is Vimalananda, a modern interpreter of its teachings. Known by his full name, Dattatreya Mukund Vimalananda, he was active during the mid-20th century, primarily in Mumbai and Maharashtra. Vimalananda's insights into the Aghora tradition brought ancient wisdom into contemporary contexts, making it accessible to a wider audience. His teachings and personal experiences were captured in Robert Svoboda's renowned trilogy on Aghora, which remains a key resource for understanding this enigmatic spiritual path. Through his profound interpretations, Vimalananda bridged the gap between ancient practices and modern spiritual seekers, ensuring the relevance of Aghora teachings in today's world. The Aghora tradition represents a profound philosophical path, emphasizing liberation through transcendence and acceptance. Often misunderstood, their teachings highlight the unity of all existence, guiding seekers towards self-realization and spiritual freedom. If you enjoyed this AI-generated exploration of Aghora life, please like and subscribe to our channel for more fascinating content.